Happy New Year! Yeah!
Who enjoyed the London fireworks?
I didn't.
I didn't.
I love them every year.
Of course
I
you
try
don't.
and stay up every year.
You try and stay up every year to
Yeah.
watch.
Sometimes I have to go to sleep for a bit and wake up.
Wow.
Need a little nap.
I'm still at the point where I don't remember New Year.
Yeah, I'm not at that point anymore.
I just play games.
And then I
That's
make you
it.
pause them.
I do a good game
I
session.
tell a lie. Last year I did the New Year's drinks a couple nights before. I think it fell on like a Saturday or a Friday.
Yeah.
To go, no, so I got very drunk. I remember being just hungover as fuck on New Year's. He even was like, I ain't going nowhere. I'm just playing games and.
The thing is, it's all the same, isn't it? New Year's Eve, you pay to go in a place, you pay loads, and it's just fucking shit. It's just full of people, a new beginning. Well, no, that fucking depression or financial problem you had literally yesterday hasn't gone, so it's not a
Wow.
new beginning.
Happy
it's just
New
a
Year.
fucking
Happy
same.
New Year. The problem I have with New Year's, especially going out for New Year's, is, and again, you may have already established. I may have already established this from the amount I talk about drinking and going to pubs and stuff. But
You don't
You're a
like
functioning
it, don't you?
alcoholic.
not a fan at all. But what I dislike with a passion is around that time of year is the amount of people that don't know how to drink at a bar that suddenly go to the pub or a bar at Christmas or New Year's and they just do it wrong. And they just don't know how to order at a bar and they don't know what they're doing and they just, it's like the most annoying thing is when there's a bunch of lads, 'cause it's always lads,
Always, lads.
they just don't know how to buy in rounds and you just like, right, so I need like 3 drinks. But each of you who is in front of me is going to order individually and take the piss every time. I'm going to stand here and what?
No, what I hate is people who wait at a bar. They've got the drink and they'll stay at the bar with the drink. Fucking move. You forgot your drink.
Depends how busy the bar is.
I don't know.
If the bar's not busy,
If they congregate in a corner of the bar, that's fine.
yes, that's what I mean. Yeah, I tend
I'm
to.
all right with
I've
that.
held down a bar a few times. I down in the corner.
Yeah, but
Again,
not in the middle.
No, not in the middle.
Not
and
the
also
servicey bit.
not when it's busy either.
And yeah, it's just it's for it's like a fucking disco. It's like a fucking I don't know. It's just shit.
It is.
I don't like it anymore. I'm glad I'll have a few drinks in and I'll play. I remember one year when I got the Wii U for Christmas.
Did you get the Wii U for Christmas?
Mm.
Bloody hell, I did.
And we're just playing Mario Kart, having a few
Nice.
drinks, just playing Mario Kart online with loads of randomers. That's what I enjoy now. Yeah, it's going out. It's just too expensive. It's too
And then
daft.
I make you stop your game, and then I go, no, we need to put it onto BBC One because the fireworks are going to be on in a minute.
Ah.
And he hopes I fall asleep and don't wake back up again
Yeah,
every year.
Okay.
but
Um,
yeah, it's just a bit. You've done it once. The best time though was one year. I went out with some friends, and we were stopping at male DJs who had a flat, and we lost him.
Mm-hmm.
And then it took us ages to get into his place. I don't know how we got into the place. I remember me and my friend argued before we got into the place, but somehow we ended up getting in. I think someone let us in, and we got into his flat. Don't know how we managed to get into his flat. And then I got a phone call off male DJ who was screaming, "Help me!" with the taxi man, like, "You get me a bar!" He's like, "Help! Somebody help!" I'm like, "DJ, Dave!" And so yeah, that was exciting. He just didn't. He tried to escape the taxi without paying. It didn't work.
That's a very much a drunk thing to do.
Yeah. Well, he's reckless when he's drunk. Let's put it that way.
Zombie Dave.
Yeah, he's somewhere else when he's fucking hammered. But that was fun because it was quite exciting. But besides that, I kind of kept it on the low after that.
Yeah.
After that one, I remember one year just again having a few drinks, playing. I think I went and bought Resi 7.
Okay.
No, not Resi 7, Resi 6.
That must have been very recent.
No,
Resi 6.
Resi 6. I went and bought it the day before, and just went, fuck it, I'll see how it is.
I heard it was bad.
Well, I played the Leon campaign that New
Oh, yeah,
Year,
'cause it
so that was all right. And then you get to Chris Redfield campaign, you go, well, here we go.
Mhm.
And then you get to the other guy's campaign, and then I turned it off, and I've never finished it fully because of that. But yeah, New Year, shit.
Yes, it's well. There's usually good thoughts about New Year. And sometimes it's, as you say, even if it's just hanging out with people online or just meeting people, and
Or
there is a part of New Year which brings people together, which is always great. And especially if you can bring it together, not necessarily with drinking, but definitely the gaming side of it. There's a lot of fun you can have.
But make sure at midnight you watch the fireworks in London.
But I say, or in Lola's way, just have a little nap at some point.
Have a nap.
Have a little tactical nap,
Tactical disco nap.
disco nap.
Disco nap.
It's a disco nap.
Can you just watch it on like online?
No, because it's not the same.
I remember, was it the Robbie Williams one? We actually watched that for quite a while just because it was Robbie Williams, and we went, fuck it. And he was doing all the tunes, and he couldn't sing properly because he's Robbie Williams. He's like, come on, boy!
Wasted.
Yeah, we were like,
He was wasted.
we were just sat watching Robbie Williams just because it was quite amusing.
It was quite amusing, and it was entertaining.
Nice.
And I think like the last couple of years, I've not enjoyed the fireworks as much purely because of the music. Just don't enjoy the music anymore. I got old,
Brian Adams. as
and I
well,
can't
that was
deal
one,
with
wasn't it?
new music. I can't deal with it.
Yeah, I struggle with new music.
I'm having to listen to Despacito. I can't remember the words. It's
I don't
fucking
even
Justin
know what the
Bieber, and
fuck
I
that is.
no.
To be fair, I don't like new music. I like a lot of new release stuff, but it's all obscure as fuck.
Yeah, but like the chart stuff, I can't deal with it anymore.
Ah,
I used to love chart music, but
I don't know if I ever did.
I did, loved it.
Obscure
Cannot deal
stuff
with it
like-
anymore.
The obscure stuff like Kanye West. Yo, man.
Easy. Yeah. no.
So, New Year's, it's, it's time to reflect on the year.
New Year's does normally bring a sense of rebirth.
Rebirth.
Yeah, that's the phrase I use. I'm sticking with it.
Wow.
Okie dokie. Raymond.
Raymond. Call back to the last podcast.
I just think, here we go again. That's
Casper.
kind of what I think.
Yeah, I mean, well, there's always that, but a lot of people think that, well, it's a new year, new me, all that bullshit. I don't think.
They all joined Slimming World.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Like, honestly, right, I have never experienced that amount of people on one day in my life. Like, I do Slimming World. I did. And I will be returning. But that first weekend back,
Keep it posted, eh?
after New Year, never experienced so many people. So, yeah, new beginnings. Everybody decides they're going to join Slimming World, joins for maximum 4 weeks.
I don't do New Year's resolutions anymore because I'll just go. I'm not gonna stick to it. So what's the fucking point?
I used to, when I was back in my gym phase, I used to always not go to the gym during the first week of January. The few times you'd go, there'd be queues to get to the water machine, and then you'd go a week later and you'd be dead.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, well done, guys, you're just giving this gym shit ton of money for you to just have a membership.
Yeah, well, but you see, we take bets now.
Nice.
Yeah, me and a friend, we have bets on how long they're going to last.
I like that game.
It's a good game, it's a fun game. So yeah, we have a guess as to how long each person's going to last before they don't turn up again.
That's a good game.
It's normally max 4 weeks.
Yeah, most people don't get out of January, but that's possibly because January's a bit shit. And one of the things that is good about January, and the fact that you have a lot less money than you normally do, is for those in our world, is you get to spend a bit more time gaming because you don't have the money to do
Not
anything.
going out.
Yeah.
Or your friends haven't got the money to go out.
Or your friends haven't got the money to go out, or logistics just don't seem to align. And
Or they've given up drinking, and they've given up unhealthy food.
yeah, they're trying all these health kicks, and they're trying this other stuff.
It's a new them.
The new year, new them. I like
Old you.
Old me, yeah. I've worked hard on becoming this guy.
Functioning alcoholic.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly, it works.
That's all right. But yeah, so January is a great time of the year to sit inside and ignore the shitty weather outside, ignore the lack of funds, and play games that you played from the previous year. And I think probably a good time to reflect on the games that we played over the last year and try and recommend some for those.
Well, I
that
think we should do game of the year. Drinking games, our games of the year, each individual member, because we all have different tastes and we've all played different games and we all shit in a brick. So...
Franklin, sorry. Come on back, have a beer or something.
So can we do a quick round table of honourable mentions of maybe a smaller indie game that you really liked? Don't go into too much detail, but just a quick honourable mention. For me, it's Celeste. I played
Wanting
that.
to look that up.
It's a really cool game. It's on all platforms now. Really cool platformer game. Really cool story. Really good replayability. And can't recommend it highly enough to people. Really good homage to old school platformer games. So caught me off guard, and really enjoyed it. Still really enjoy it.
Don't know any honourable mentions. Can't really think off the top of my head. You can go first, Lola.
Oh, I thought Observer was going to be in there.
No, that was last year.
Okay.
So
So I'm not sure. I think most of the indie games I've played were released maybe 2017.
Well, if you played them in this year, I think that's justified.
all right, well, Observer.
Alright, oh yeah.
Look at that enthusiasm.
You know what, you should play Observer. It's a
Well, I've
great
talked about it.
game.
Go back on that episode. Which episode was it? I can't remember.
I think
EGX.
it's EGX Part 1.
EGX Part 1. Go back to it. Hear my thoughts on it. But that was last year. I'll try and think of a game this year, but I don't think... Off the top of my head, I can't really think of any honourable mention that I'd want to mention.
Okay. You don't
I
have
think for me, for this year, I'm gonna say Bleed 2.
to. Okay.
So I played it at EGX
Yeah.
and fell in love with it. Came home, bought Bleed 1 and 2, and then couldn't put them down for ages, and then got angry at Bleed 1 because I couldn't save it.
Yeah.
There's no save capability.
That's a bit
You literally have to start from the beginning every time you close the game. Drives me mad. But Bleed 2 looks a hell of a lot better.
Yeah.
Platformer. Obviously, I don't know if it's coming. I think it's coming out on other platforms, but I only know of it on the PC.
Right.
But very interesting. You 2D platformer. Plays a girl with pink hair, so that's kind of sold me already because
Nice.
I like pink. You go around, you're saving different things, and it's different settings. And I think for a 2D, 16-bit kind of esque look, it does do quite a lot. The shooting works. You use on a controller. You use the right stick to shoot,
Yeah.
which for me is weird because I've used R2, but yeah, I really recommend that game. Do check it out. I don't think it gets the love it deserves, but yeah, I think for this year I'm gonna have to. That's the only one that I've got that I've played this year that's been released.
Yeah, I remember you being very impressed with it. So yeah.
Oh, I think isn't Val Faris out now?
Yeah. Well, you played that
I
at EGX.
played
as well,
that at
haven't you?
EGX. I'd like to give that. Let me double check. I'm pretty sure it's come out on Steam.
Yeah, I think it has.
So I'd give that a shout because that's old school, good shooter, really hard, very rewarding now, very good checkpoint, so it makes you want to continue. Oh, now its initial date is next year. Well, this year.
Well, you played it this year, so I think.
Well, I played it this year, but it's coming out this whatever fucking year. Coming out in 2019. So, yeah, get on it.
Awesome.
Cool.
So, actual game of the year, Jack. Start with you.
Game of the year is going to It's a jazz, with jazz in it. Whiplash. Just getting attacked by fucking laptops and stuff. My game of the year is going to Fist of the North Star Lost Paradise.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I'm normally not a massive fan of open world games. Well, I like open world games, but sometimes it can be a bit too big and stuff.
Yeah.
But this was just, I like Fist of the North Star, the old anime, and I'm talking about the 80s one. I know they kind of did a series and shit, which I think is kind of, this one's got more to do with the series, but it's its own kind of story. But anyway, it's a lot of fun. It's daft. It's great because it's Fist of the North Star and doing the never gets doing the crazy moves never gets boring. There's a lot of cool daftness in it. So the baseball in it, where you're hitting like home runs, is you're holding a massive girder and they're driving to you on a motorbike and you have to smash them and send them flying that way.
Nice.
You can find old arcade cabinets out in the wasteland and then you take them back to an arcade. So it's got Outrun. You get to play Outrun in it. You get to play Super Hang On.
Nice. Oh, so it's got a load of old
Space,
arcade
yeah,
games, so-
Space Harrier. I mean, it's got Space Harrier in it, so there you go. Why the fuck in it? The game of the year.
Well, a collection of old games doesn't necessarily make it a great game for this year, but what is it that makes...
Space Harrier. Space Harrier, it's got to be a part of it, but it's just fun. It's really... Yeah. It's Fist of the North Star. It's fun. I do find myself doing a lot of the sidey shit, so I might go out in the wasteland because you have this hub world where most of the stuff goes, and then you can drive in your car in the wasteland. And I find myself sometimes I'll come back in the car, and then across from me is where the bar is, and I might think, fuck it, I'll throw a shift in and make some cocktails. And the cocktails got great names. Because obviously the Fist of the North Star thing, you're already dead, and then people explode. One of the cocktails is called You're Already Drunk. And there's other daft ones where if you're a cocktail fan, you'll probably laugh at the names. Nice. But I've just found myself, doing that, and then maybe doing something in the Colosseum, and just doing like loads of the sidey stuff. And then the way the game opens up, it takes I think I'm about 3 chapters from the end. It's about 3 chapters from the end where you can actually open up places in the outer world section because you can get a thing that smashes the boulders. So it's crazy.
Okay.
It takes ages to properly open up to you, but it does it in a nice. It kind of drip feeds you nicely as well. But yeah, it's good. It's good fun.
Nice. So what makes it stand out from all the other games that you played this year? I know you mentioned a few good things, but what puts it above everything else?
I think it knows it kind of like a lot of obviously bigger games that are doing it. There's bigger, better open world games out there like Red Dead, Spider-Man. This is it's quite in depth because there's a lot of stuff to do in that small section. You can go out and drive. I mean, when you drive out, it's not much special out there, but there's just lots to do. There's like races. There's just a bit of everything. Again, because it's made by the people who did Yakuza's, and again, Yakuza's there's a bit of something for everyone in there, and I think this is even more so again with the driving and stuff like that. There's just a bit of something in there for you, and it's
I have to pay for a taxi in Yakuza.
Yeah, well, you don't have
660
to.
yen. Every time.
660 yen.
660 yen every time.
How much is that in
I don't know.
sterling?
Don't know how much that is in pounds.
Well,
But
it's relevant.
seems-
It's in-game currency, though, isn't it? So
No, I know. I've got 5 million yen. I think I'm alright. But
Yeah, I think you.
I want a car like you can have in Fist of the North Star.
Yeah. So what's
Yeah,
the cars
it's-
like
it's-
in that game?
Yeah, it handles quite. Well, I can drift like a bitch in it, which I like a good drift. Yeah, so it handles all right. But yeah, again, it's the fighting, like Yakuza. You come to it again. It's a lot of fun. Sticking your fingers in someone's side of the head and then spinning them around and then smashing into loads of other people and then throwing them in the air and then they explode. And then there's like the QTEs, and when you level up your special moves, there's more QTE bits in the special moves. It's just fun. It's just
Fun,
satisfying.
fantastical,
Yeah, it's
epic.
just that's what it is for me. It's just a lot of fun. That's why I'll probably put it over most other games, because a lot of other games I don't think have that just level of fun where it's just like, you know what, you're here to have a good time,
Yeah.
so we're going to give you a good time.
I think that makes a
Just
big difference.
yeah, and it's just like, you know what, just don't take it all too seriously. You can't, because you're punching people and they're exploding, for fuck's sake. And it knows that. It knows that the premise of Fist of the North Star is daft, and even though it has some quite nice bits in the story, it also is very daft.
Yeah.
And yeah, it plays on that, and it's just yes. It's not. You can tell it's like probably it's not got the biggest budget to it. It looks decent enough and plays decent enough, but
Clearly didn't need the budget if it
no.
managed to be the top game of this year.
Yeah, I think the Fist of North Star's got a big part of it as well. Again, because it's an anime film that I loved as a kid.
And that's something that resonates.
Yeah,
Right, isn't it?
as I
So,
said, I got quite pumped when I first started doing all the like moves, and especially the 100 Fish Rush, and that makes it as well. So it tells you like the moves when you do the special moves. It's like 100 Fish Rush, and it's like in your face, and you're like fucking yeah. So yeah, it's good.
Nice. Bella?
Hello.
What was your game of this year?
Well, I am a massive driving fan, so it has to be Forza Horizon 4.
Forza Horizon.
I wanted it from the second I
Right, it's
saw
not
it.
Bus Simulator.
It's not Bus Simulator.
Yeah, it's
It
not.
may as well be. To be fair, you get a black cab, so
You can actually get a black cab in
you
it.
can. I have
Like
a
a
black.
Hackney cab.
I have a Hackney cab.
Wow.
It is not black. It is
Well, no,
pink.
they're more of a kind of like greeny.
No,
colour.
it's pink.
Oh.
I made it pink. Cause why?
Here's me trying to think of real life examples. You made it pink.
No, it's like a modern day Hackney cab, which is black.
Right.
So it's not the ye oldie
Mm.
Hackney cab, which was a darker green.
Yeah.
But no, so anyway, that's not the reason why it is my game of the year, because I got a black cab and a mini.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, minis. Wait. Old school
The
mini.
proper mini.
Like,
An actual mini.
can you recreate the sort of
The Italian job.
Italian job?
There is a skin for that, I believe.
Oh.
I don't have that because I didn't get around to that yet.
Can you get the Michael Caine you only meant to blow the bleeding doors off?
But anyway, Forza Horizon
Not doing
4,
his accent.
I was only supposed to blow the bloody doors off.
What the fuck was that? That was bloody Dick Van Dyke, bloody.
Isn't it? It's kind
I
of,
said I wasn't going to do it.
I don't care, I'll do it. I'm tired.
Jesus, got do that again.
No, I can't do it again. I can only do like shit impressions once.
Wow. Not the easiest of impressions to do. Scott.
I used to be really good at that. I'm really.
From that, I really
I've got
find that hard to believe.
Fucking impression. Anyway, so
We're not sober.
moving on. So, yes, Forza Horizon 4. I was so excited for it. I got involved in hype, which I swore I would never do after No Man's Sky, but I did.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got the demo, and it cried a
Quite
little.
different.
Yeah,
No Man's Sky.
yeah, I cried a little bit when I saw how big the demo was, and it took forever to download, and then got the actual game and it took forever to download. But
Worth it, by the sounds of it.
so worth it. I love it. But because I just love driving games, I love the fact that I can just put them down, pick them back up again. It's all based in Scotland.
Nice.
It's not based in the UK. They said it was the UK. I was a bit upset. I couldn't drive to my
Yeah.
house.
Yeah, I remember I was talking about that on one of the early editions of this.
Yeah, E3.
Yeah.
I can't drive to my house.
Oh, wait. Yeah, okay.
You
yeah.
can drive to Edinburgh.
So it's only in Scotland?
That's
Or
close enough.
only in Scotland. Well, part of Scotland. It's
I
not in
know-
all of Scotland.
I knew Scotland was in it. I saw quite a lot of Scotland. And
Yeah, because it's all Scotland.
yeah, wow.
So, yeah, you basically drive around the same bit all the time. But yeah, I've found ways around things, and I just enjoy it so much. The voice acting is sometimes so terrible, but Forza's not about making people look pretty and sounding right. It's about driving, and the cars handle so well. I remember playing Gran Turismo and that blowing my socks off on PS2. Like, everything handled so beautifully.
PS1,
Good.
So good.
PlayStation 1,
No, it's the PlayStation 2.
first Gran Turismo.
Not the first Gran Turismo one,
No,
but
it was.
it was A-Spec.
Oh, okay.
That was one.
So, Gran Turismo 3 A-Spec is like my all-time favourite Gran Turismo ever. Love it. So, and then Forza came on the 360, and that was it. I never wanted a Gran Turismo ever again, because I love Forza.
Okay.
And then when I obviously like getting the cars that I've got, so my first ever car was a Ford Focus.
Well, that was a big game, a big car on.
I got the Ford Focus RS, a sporty Ford Focus, and then upgraded it to S-Class, because I can.
I was gonna say, was it the Ford Focus, or which was the other one that had insanely hidden stats on Gran Turismo 3?
I have no idea.
That's good.
It's been such a long time since I
That's
played
gonna
it.
bug me, but yeah, carry on.
So yeah, that was my first game in Forza, and
Yeah.
this time, because you get to choose one of three,
Nice.
and I chose the Ford, which I still drive around now,
Really?
because I love it.
Okay.
I just love that car. I can't handle the others as well as I can handle the Ford, and I just love the Ford.
There's a familiarity with that machine.
Until I got the Ford. I can't remember which one it is that I got. I got the sporty Ford 4x4 thing, and now I take that everywhere because it's great.
Nice.
I bought that at an auction. I was like, I'm having this.
Nice.
So yeah, some of the storylines that you do. So the like stunt series that you do, and then you do like a car rental story.
Right.
I don't like that one because I can't drive a supercar because they're a nightmare. Yeah, it's
What's the
snowing.
whole purpose of the cars? Oh, you mean when it's like weather?
Yeah, so the
conditions
weather
and stuff.
changes.
Horses for courses, sort of.
Yeah,
Type of game. Right.
and you're trying to do this flipping mission
Mhm.
in a Lamborghini or a Dodge Viper, and it's snowing, and I need to hit 300 miles an hour. Like, how am I doing that in the snow? And it's very realistic in that
yeah,
fact.
and that's good. To
So it's fantastic. Like, the second I got the demo, and it is exactly how you see it at E3. So it's like you start in summer, and then all of a sudden it just goes, and you're straight in.
Also, mid race, it does change.
Yes.
Season.
So as it enters into the game, the first time you
Wow.
ever play that game, you're just watching a cutscene. You just think, all right, okay, it's just introducing us to the seasons, great. So no, you are being introduced to the seasons, and then it goes, oh, here you are, vroom, yeah, driving, and then you drive a bit of the race, and then you kind of go over a jump, and then it cuts into another cutscene, and then changes season.
So that's all part of the actual game.
Yeah, so that's the very
Wow.
start of Forza, and that sold me. I was in from there. I was like,
Yeah,
this is a game.
About
Yeah.
an intro to a game that can.
And I thoroughly recommend it to anybody who has Xbox or PC.
Yeah.
It's Xbox Game Pass. That's what I got it on.
Okay.
I got it on there just in case. I followed the hype, and I was wrong. I didn't think I was going to be wrong, but just in case I was wrong. So I decided just to get it on Game Pass. But obviously Xbox Play anyway, you can have it on your PC. So that's why I got it. And yeah, I've had a ton of fun on it. It took me forever to get to level 20 and play online.
So with Forza, what stands out? So it is a kind of an open worldy sort of thing, and then there's races built into every part of the map, which
Yeah,
is
so
quite
you
good.
can.
So is that
There's
something
all sorts of different races. So there's like off-road, there's dirt track, there's road races, there's drag races, and you drive to each one to start it, and then you have to enter event. But there's speed traps, so you have to hit a certain speed to get 3 stars.
Right.
There's jump, I can't remember what they call them, but you jump off a cliff basically. Drive off a cliff, stunt ranges, and you have to get
suicidal, but...
yeah, certain amount of meterage.
Mhm.
That's your 3 stars. You have barn finds.
Right.
So it's just like all of a sudden you get a radio call.
That sounds
And
like
it-
such a hipster thing.
Good, isn't it?
Barn find.
Barn find.
Yeah. it
So
does a little
the thing that freaked me out the most when I started Forza, obviously you put in your name, you know what you want to be called, like, and you put it on your number plate because everybody's cool. And so obviously I called myself Lola.
As you do.
And normally in games, they just put the text up, don't they? Hi, Lola.
Hi, insert name.
Yeah, hi, insert name. No.
Okay.
No, you get a radio and it goes, oh, hey, Lola.
Oh, wow.
It says your name to you.
Similar to how what they did in Fallout 4, where it was the robot knew your names.
Yeah. But yeah, everybody.
There's certain names that he wouldn't say. But...
Yeah, that thing talks to you.
Nice.
Like
that's
you're
pretty good.
actually in there. So I can imagine playing that with a steering wheel and a set of pedals and a headset on. I bet that's insane. Absolutely
yeah,
insane.
Very immersive. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I was in, and yeah, it tells you about these barn finds, and you have to go find them. Or if you're lazy like I am and most people, you find the highest hill, go into drone mode and find the flipping barn in your drone, because then it marks it on your map.
Okay, so it's got that sort of mechanic.
And then you don't have to go and find it, because it's a nightmare.
Right.
Some of them are just, it took me like half an hour sometimes to find the flipping barns. But they're normally pretty good cars in them, so you have to go and find them.
Yeah, well, if there's a reason, isn't it a good incentive to find them, then yeah.
Definitely a good incentive. I got a classic Land Rover in one of them.
So-
What's the end game? That's
Well, I was trying to figure out. Like,
Keep going.
is it just getting better cars and getting faster? Gotta go fast, sort of thing.
Sonic. Gotta go
So
back.
so every few days the season changes.
Yeah.
Is that every week, 10 days the season changes, and then you
Very
tell
UK.
Yeah.
Very UK, very Scotland. I'm pretty sure they don't have summer though.
They do. They just don't like it very much up there.
Oh, okay, so they get like 10 days of it, so that's actually pretty realistic.
Yeah.
But like, there's one race that I had to take on the.
Sorry, Scots.
It's fine. It's fine. I know quite a lot of Scots. They've all told me they hate summer. One race I had to go against the, what's it called? Flying Scotsman.
Oh yes. Oh, I saw that.
Race against the Flying Scotsman.
I love that. Like.
So good.
Yeah.
Raced against a
Love that
hovercraft.
train.
Raced against a hovercraft.
Okay.
I've raced against a fighter jet.
Sorry, you hit a winner by saying the Flying Scotsman. I mean, that's
Oh my god, it was a bit.
iconic in this country.
The
so
the flipping race was insane. So when you race on these bigger races,
yeah.
like on a larger scale, so you're just like a little car, and then you've got fighter jets flying over you on the fighter jet one. The hovercraft one, like my heart skipped a beat. So I was
Really?
driving along. And I was obviously trying to race this fucking thing, and I was like, "Where the fuck is it?" And you try to look for it because you're in a race, and if you're competitive, you're just like, "Where the fuck is it? I've got past it, I can't see it." All of a sudden, it just comes over you. You're just like, "Shit!" You're just like, "Okay, it's there." Hi. And like the Flying Scotsman one, you fly over the train. You fly over it at some point.
Nice.
Another point, you have to go into the tunnel where it goes. You just hope it doesn't get in there before you, because you ain't going in.
Yeah.
So, and also they don't catch you while you're in there, because it'll hit you. So yeah, there's loads of different things about it.
Okay.
So yeah, they're really cool races to do. They're generally pretty tricky to do. So they're quite testing.
Okay.
But you
Well,
can.
that's what you want though.
Yeah, I like the challenge. You can change the difficulty for each race as well, so you can make your opponents like average, above average.
I was gonna say, what's above hard?
There's highly skilled, and then there's another one, and then I think there is real time.
Right. Okay.
So how they
So
drove.
you are able to play it as if it was real life with the same mechanics and.
Yeah, from what I've seen, I don't know how realistic it is because I don't play on that because I just want to drive.
Imagine a Forza game, it would be pretty weird.
I would say
Yeah, I
it'd
was
be
gonna
pretty
say-
dead on.
Yeah, it must be pretty impressive.
So yeah, very very impressive.
Wow. Okay.
It's been a big one for Xbox anyway. It's they've needed something like that.
Yeah, I think it's probably the biggest game they've had for quite some time. And yeah, I think as you say, I think they needed it, and I think they have cornered that market in terms of if driving games. I can't really think of many that even compete with it. I mean, you mentioned Gran Turismo, but I don't think Gran Turismo is even close to it anymore, right?
No. I think with them doing the Play Anywhere, that they've got the PC market on board with it as well.
Yeah.
It's been a good move for him.
Yeah, good on 'em. They needed it. Cool. Sounds like
Yeah.
a very good game.
So, excellent game. Excellent game. More about you then, Griggs.
It may not come to any surprise to anyone that's listened to any of these, but I've spoken about it on pretty much every podcast. But my game of the year, despite the amazing God of War, for me it has to be Spider-Man. Spidoodle Man, Spider-Man, Peter fucking Parker is absolutely fantastic in that game. Mentioned about immersive starts. I don't think I've ever played a game that has a more immersive introduction to a game. You like it's funny. I introduced it to a guy that one of my mates who doesn't really play much console games, but he's a big Spider-Man fan, and I was like, right, play Spider-Man. You need to experience it. He's like, okay, should I play it where you are? I was like, no, play it from the beginning, because that's the best way of doing it. And within 2 minutes of letting go, it's teaching you how to swing through the city, and you already feel like you were Spider-Man. And as someone that grew up as a massive fan of Spider-Man for many reasons, the ability to be able to play and role play as that character is something that you don't really get from many games. Both the games that you two mentioned are things that resonated so much in your past, and for me, this is what Spider-Man did. And truly, I don't think there's many types of games that I have played that I've felt a connection to as much as that Spider-Man game. Not just from mechanically, but again narratively, and what they've done with the world and that character is just absolutely insane. Testament to it, I got the platinum on the game, completed all the missions on it, and I was still playing the game with literally nothing to do other than to fight the random crimes that spawned in the city, and to try and hit all these weird little benchmarks of doing like 100,000 kilometers of wall running or something like that. Like that just gave me so much joy just to run around the city as Spider-Man. For me, it's definitely one of the best games I've played in a long time. And with the DLC that's come out for it, it's just more content for you to keep playing and keep going back to that world. And Insomniac have done an insane job at making that character believable. And can't recommend it highly enough.
I mean, I've watched quite a lot of it. It looks amazing. It does look like, you can get really immersed in that. You can feel like Spider-Man. You know, I want to play it for myself, but obviously I haven't. I've just seen it, so I know what happens in the story.
You do not know what happens in this.
Oh, yeah, I do.
You know the finale? You know
Yeah,
how could you?
I had no choice.
You saw the end credits. You had no choice to see. Okay, not going into spoilers. The end credits in Spider-Man are worth waiting to watch.
They are.
They do something. They do something in that storyline that's not seen in any of the films recently. Partly because it's not an origin story.
No, exactly.
Yeah,
I mean, it's awesome. It really is. And from what I saw, I saw the same majority of it. Only the odd mission I've missed out on. But yeah, it looks sensational, and I knew it was going to be sensational. But I'm looking forward to sort of playing that myself.
Can't recommend it highly enough. Like I said in previous podcasts, the traversal is fantastic and so much fun. I mean, you mentioned, Jack, about why you loved Fist North Star so much is because it was fun. To me, there's nothing more fun than running around a city as Spider-Man, swinging around, finding criminals to fight, kicking the crap out of them, and then throwing some quips, and then shooting off and continuing and doing the same thing again. It's just a game that's I cannot recommend highly enough for anyone that's a Marvel fan. And rest in peace to the great Stan Lee. He makes one last cameo in that game, and his likeness in it is fucking picture perfect. And it's such a cute little nod to him, just like all of his other cameos. But it's just a testament to what they do with the characters within that game that keep them true to who they are. And yeah, again, any Spider-Man fan, any Marvel fan, any current fan will love it. So yeah, go
I
play
mean,
that
does
game.
it fall into sometimes the realm of busy work? Because
No.
that's
Not even slightly. So you could argue, maybe not for me. You could argue with the new DLC, they rather than saying there's new levels, it's the same level, the same map of New York, but with different things over it. Like you got new crimes, you got new little things to find, and yeah, it could feel like busy work, but there is just so much joy in traversal and combat that it doesn't feel like busy work. Not in the same sense that you get with games like Red Dead, and many of the open world games where it's just go there, do this.
Yeah.
Feels much more complete, and not even starting with combat.
Oh, my head. Never again. How much vodka did I drink? Oh, no, don't tell me.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if there's any of the games coming out in the next year that's going to be able to compete with any of the ones that we've just mentioned. Personally, it's going to take a lot to knock Spider-Man off its pedestal.
I think Nintendo have to pull something out of the bag special next year. I think it's been a bit lackluster this year.
Yeah,
They've had Octopath Traveler. I've not played that. I've heard it's very, very good.
I've heard it's very good as well. It came out at a bad time for me. It came out when Spider-Man came out. There was also Ni no Kuni 2. There was also
It's very long.
it's very long. I think there was Dragon Quest 9 that I still haven't played yet. There's quite a few big RPGs that came out at the same time. They did get Smash Brothers out recently.
True.
But again,
and Super Mario Party.
and Super Mario Party, but neither of those games are really the same as the ones that we've just highlighted as a game.
No, I think
Right.
some people are going to go crazy about Smash Brothers because it has such a big following. But I think for something where it's like,
Sick your teeth into.
Yeah.
There's a story here. There's an immersive. Let's tell this story. Yeah, those ones don't seem to have it. So maybe
especially
something's-
with the Switch starting with Breath of the Wild and
Mario.
Mario Odyssey, which would, two excellent and some of the best games of this generation off the bat,
They set the
to
bar
come.
quite high.
Yeah, set the bar quite high, and then they went, shit, people are buying this thing. So, they've weaned out the Wii U, but I'm hoping that the Wii U titles, which is nice to see people appreciating it, which shows you that the Wii U was a good console, because you're all fucking buying the games now, aren't you?
Again, the difference between a good console and a good developers for that console.
Yeah, but a console's just as good as its games.
Maybe another podcast.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, maybe another time. Well,
but
we'll see what the Nintendo can do. With me,
yeah.
we'll see Metroid Prime this year.
I'm thinking.
Metro
I think
or
it
Metroid?
needs. I think it needs to.
We will
I
see
know what
Metro
you're
Exodus
going on
go.
about.
Yeah, but definitely not Metro Prime.
I think more's going to be shown from that. Hopefully we're going to see a lot more like original titles coming out.
Well,
And
we
I
know
think
what their big hit is
I
gonna be
think
this year.
I think Metroid needs a big.
I think that's the only one they've got. I mean, Smash Brothers and Mario Party were big. This year, Mario and Zelda were big. Last year, can't see another Zelda or Mario game coming in that space. So they're gonna need something big, big IP to sort of carry the torch for them this year. So I'd be surprised if we didn't see something from Metroid come out. But
I'm hoping we see some third parties do original stuff as well.
well, they're already testing some of the stuff in Japan in terms of third-party development for it, where you're cloud gaming, so to speak. Be interested to see if that comes to the West.
Has anyone got a list of what's coming out next year ready?
Yeah, I've got a
No.
list. So the way that
Griggs is the list man today. You're normally the list woman. You're letting us down today.
No, I'm just.
Lola, I need to get ready to call you Lola.
so with the thing with things coming out next year. It's going to be quite a difficult way to.
February meant to be.
So
a
there is
biggie.
only 2 games that have got a firm date.
I thought February was like.
After this financial year. One of them is Days Gone because it was delayed, and the other one is Shenmue 3 because it's crowdfunded. Everything else has not got after April 1st. There's no.
Well, I was talking about like January, not just from April.
No, this is what I mean. So we've got firm releases from January to April.
All right, yeah, that's
then,
fine.
And then you've got the
Speculation.
speculation of things like Ghost of Tsushima. You know that Cyberpunk's not going to be out, but there is also
What's Kojima's one called? Death Stranding, is
Death
that?
Stranding. There is
Because that's got to be soon. Because if it's coming to the next gen.
January. You got Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, which is coming to the Switch.
Yeah, that's alright.
You got Onimusha Warlords HD, which is something I'm
Yeah.
really looking forward to actually. No More Heroes, Resident Evil 2, and then Kingdom Hearts 3. To be fair, every one of those 5 games I'm probably going to buy.
Travis tried to go and buy it, but I was a bit disappointed.
Maybe not at point of release, but
Yeah, I was a bit
Alright.
disappointed.
Also,
But-
Crackdown 3. I know it's going to
Yeah.
get delayed again, let's be fair.
Crackdown 3
It's
is
probably not.
February, so yeah.
But
It probably won't, I think.
one of my
That's good.
friends went onto their Xbox
Mhm.
to go look for Crackdown
Yeah.
3. And there it was, it said install.
Oh really? So what, you can already pre-install it?
I don't really know.
Yeah, I think they're doing it where you can. I think Xbox are doing stuff where you can install it, so when it comes out, it's ready for
Well,
you
they
to
They did
just.
that with Red Dead, that you could pre-install most of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, like when I bought I bought Dead on day of release, put it to download before I went to work. I even went to the pub after work. Got home at about 9, so it'd been downloading for 14 hours, and was still only at 90%. Now I know I live in this area with shit internet,
Yeah, but it was
Yeah,
like
it'd be
100
better
meg
than
it,
ours.
wasn't
100 and something hours.
Yeah. it? There was a lot. You know, at least you can uninstall it, unlike Fallout 76.
Less than about Fallout 76.
I've got friends who can't uninstall it.
Really? Shame. Get for
Bethesda.
downloading
I'm
it
quite
straight
glad
away.
now that Bethesda have actually. People are starting to realise how fucking shady Bethesda actually
They're not
are.
infallible, are they? They've
You know,
got-
how you can uninstall it though.
What's that?
Buy the game.
You have to buy the game to be able to install it. That's insane.
The beta demo, yeah.
Only on PC.
Oh, okay.
You can uninstall it. It seems there's no issues with PS4 or Xbox, but PC.
Because it would be their own thingy.
Yeah, because it's their own proprietary
You-
system now, isn't
You
it?
have
There's
to
only
buy
one-
the game to get rid of it. Or you can use something that's a little bit more,
I was going to say.
a little less legal, and it does get rid of it. But not the best.
That's so funny.
No, it's rather hilarious, to be fair.
It is. So yeah, February you've then got Overkill's Walking Dead, which apparently shit from some of the early access stuff you've seen on PC. Crackdown 3, Jump Force, Anthem, Exodus. And then you got DMC 3 in March, Division 2, Sinking Ship, Shakira.
Shakira. Hips
God.
don't lie.
It's gotta be called Shakira. So I mean, there's not many
Shakira.
that are really confirmed
No.
for next year.
I think Shakira's going to be a big one.
It's not
gonna be-
Shakira.
Yeah, no,
That's
but-
what we call
Sekiro.
it. You mentioned that you called it. No, you coined the phrase on this show when it came out. It's sticking to that name.
A lot of them say spring, holiday.
Yeah,
Like, Sekiro is like to be confirmed on what I've got.
I thought it got a firm release of March.
I'm still wondering if Activision are going to be fucking shady with that shit.
March 22nd. This is the thing with it being financial years. Like they're going to try and get them out in this financial.
Well, I
year.
mean, Activision going to fucking charge people for some stupid shit in Shakira. Because it
Probably.
is Activision, and let's be honest. But again, you know, I think From Software they've got a rep, and I think is it Miyazaki?
Miyazaki, yeah.
I think he's probably can get what he
Ooh.
wants.
Yeah, I think he probably will.
Catherine in February.
Catherine's a good shout.
Catherine full body.
Because I got a film release date.
Yes,
Yeah.
well, it's
14th
I think
February,
it's
Valentine's Day.
it's a remake, and they've added a new Catherine in there or something, or a new woman in
Yeah,
there.
yeah. There's three of them there now.
Which Catherine was a fucking shit art game.
I keep meaning to play that. I think I've downloaded it, but
It's
never...
really good. Like
Yeah.
storyline
I
wise,
think
it's
it
fucking
was
brilliant.
You that told me it was
Yeah,
really good
it's
when we
good.
were at a pub sometime.
Story, it's reminds me of a Woody Allen film, but with kind of like it goes a bit off at the end. It goes all a bit Japanese at the end and a bit daft. But before that, like a man, you know, who's scared of committing to a relationship and then ends up waking up next to another woman and stuff like that, and then he's quite a likable guy. Even though he's doing shady shit, he's quite it's quite very well done in that
Well, that's
sense
good.
of him, like, because he wakes up and he's drunk and then she's like on him and he's worried and he's you know, he's kind of relatable in that weird way.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Yeah. I've heard quite a bit about it. To be fair, it seems like.
Yeah, it's Troy Baker before he was really.
Oh, was it Troy Baker?
Yeah, before he was really famous. So let's be
I
honest.
like watching Troy Baker and Nolan North's sort of. Like,
Yeah, they're alright.
videos they do together.
Nolan North's quite funny.
Yeah. Yeah, he is. Why is that not?
So
What else we got coming out next year that you probably keep your eyes on?
It's like you're the Troy Baker, I'm the Nolan North.
Oh yeah.
Anthem.
Well, because you're the chilled out one. It's kind of like nods like fucking, what's he saying? How many times have you been in a pub where I'm just going off on one in a tangent and you're just like,
Oh god, he's out there again.
God
I'm gonna go for
Eater
a cigarette. Or I'm gonna go to the bar and like, right, let him go do his thing.
God Eater 3.
God Eater 3.
what the fuck is God Eater?
I have no
2
idea. It
or
was
1?
the 1 and 2, but there is
No
a number
idea.
3 apparently. That's
I
coming
should have
February.
played that game. I fucking eat gods.
The Wolf Among Us 2 is apparently due out next year.
Yeah.
I doubt that's
I
happening.
don't think that's happening. Yeah, there's a few like, I mean, there's Rage 2, Sea of Solitude.
Oh, fucking Rage 2. I forgot about Rage.
yeah.
Oh, come on, Andrew WK.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm quite excited for Rage as well.
Yeah.
It looks really good.
What's the other Bethesda one that they've
Come
got
on.
coming out? Doom Eternal, that's coming out as well.
Dead or Alive 6 is coming. There's Devil May Cry.
Platinum Games new game.
Great.
Babylon something.
Babylon Asphalt.
Yeah. What's it got? Control. You've got.
The Sinking City. Looks interesting.
That's another Lovecraft. Everyone's on the Lovecraft.
They
hype
are
now.
on the Lovecraft hype.
It's just a piece of IP that someone.
Hype.
People are starting.
Well, Bloodborne come out.
Oh,
Yeah, Bloodborne comes out.
I can't lie. I've literally I've read
Division 2.
fucking Lovecraft because of Bloodborne, so I can't really say much. But
I found a game that I'm very excited for in 2019. Bus Simulator.
Bus.
Bus.
That sounds fucking awful.
It does, doesn't it?
apparently,
As someone that frequently gets a bus, wow, I can't think of anything worse than simulators doing that. Imagine playing Bus Simulator whilst on a bus. Wow, that's some Inception levels of boredom.
what you play as a driver.
Wow, great.
You know what? I might because Bethan's fella's got Xbox One, and
Boom.
he's a bus driver, so I might tell her about Bus Simulator to get that.
Hey, I've got a game for you.
Dirt Rally
you
2.
know, you know your day job. There you go. It's a game to simulate your day job.
Beyond
driving.
Good and Evil.
Oh yeah, that's definitely not coming out next year.
But there was recently a live stream of it.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're quite far in the development, but they were also pretty sure they were the studios that said, "Hey, come help develop some stuff for us. Come write some worlds. We're not gonna pay you, but we'll give you a credit. So create a world and create everything for us, so we can get this massive universe, because we can't bother to do it ourselves,
No.
or we don't want to pay for it."
So yeah, there is that.
I'm
It's all open world. Too many open world games.
I'm really looking forward to Beyond Good and Good and Evil 2.
The footage, I didn't manage to catch it, but it was live on YouTube, Twitch, and something other platform.
Okay.
And it was only last week before.
Mhm.
I shared it with some friends because I didn't have time to watch it. But yeah, they live streamed it. Very similar to how Cyberpunk was done.
Oh, okay, sort of that random shoot. Don't tell anybody it's gonna come out. They'll
Yeah.
tell you like the day or two before, and
Yeah, Ubisoft
Ubisoft.
emailed me and told me about it.
Oh, really?
But not everybody knew, so I shared it with some friends on Discord, and they were like, "What?
Nice.
When is this happening?" So I've actually applied to. I did. Yeah, you got that one as well. I did. I have applied to get the beta
Okay.
for it on
Fine.
PlayStation 4.
That should be good when it comes out.
Should be
It
good.
will look good, but again, it's another one that I see slipping into next gen.
Yeah.
I
It's been
reckon
in the
it'll be a
making for long
next
enough.
gen, this gen. You know, where they're like, it comes out next gen, but you can still buy it this gen, but it won't be as
I don't know if
good as
that's
next
a
gen.
game that can do that.
A Plague's Tale.
Maybe.
Plague's Tale, that does
Which
look
one's a
interesting.
Plague's Tale?
The one with all the rats from E3.
No,
Was it
Gamescom.
Gamescom.
Oh yeah.
In
Where you
France.
play
Was
the
it France?
yeah, during the Black Plague, you play the woman and the kid.
The two kids.
Two kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's got the torch, and it's about
Yeah.
using the torch mechanics to. That looked really cool. And it ends where she's going through the. Is it the bus? And she's just like, I'm sorry. And he's like, ah.
Yeah.
I see another one that's big. Like I keep looking at my phone to try and find them, but like Last of Us 2 is supposed to come out next year, but
That ain't happening.
I can't see that happening next year.
I was having a very interesting conversation the other day
No one
Oh,
cares.
I.
in Discord.
Sorry.
And like talking about next gen, like what do we expect to see? So there was talk of obviously Horizon Zero Dawn 2.
Yeah, I think the Horizon is being held back for next gen.
So yeah, but there will be a 2 for next gen. And then the next thing that came out of two people's typing was God of War 2. To which I really wanted to post a picture of our copy of God of War 2 on the PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
It existed. It happened.
I don't think the next God of War is going to be numerical. I think God of War 2 will be, the sequel to God of War will be a God of War : something.
Do you think we'll have more time spent with what's his face?
Atreus.
What's his face?
Well, if you've not played it, that name doesn't get rammed into your brain by him saying either Atreus or Boy all the time. So
Boy. I know him as Boy.
Yeah, Boy is when he gets annoyed. Atreus is
Dad of Boy.
Yeah. Yeah, very much so. I mean, the way the storyline sort of goes through, you kind of expect them to continue that because towards the end, throughout the course of the game, you start to explore Kratos' past, and part of that towards the end, you start to find out a bit more about his mum and who his mum is, and they sort of set it up. They do that really annoying movie-going thing where it's like the last 10 minutes are, hey, just
Here
in
comes
case
an
you like it,
ending.
we're just gonna give a little bookend. Maybe you play another one or watch another thing.
So basically, there's a nuclear bomb and they all die.
Nuclear bomb. You could argue that some of the people within God of War are nuclear bombs themselves.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure
that's true.
Kratos has done more destruction than what a nuclear bomb